We got ourselves Team 1 together with BRX. We got ourselves Ori on that team skills. We got Sonic Speed. Playing with adaptation as Assassination Rogue, interesting. In Chicago versus Team 2, you got ourselves CB2s, Chill Pills, Demon Berries. We have ourselves Fox as well as Sippy. We got ourselves Demon Berries going to be first up. Is that going to be the Rogue roaming? Demon Berries got themselves available. Trying to see if he can get the Rogue out, stun out of that opener. It is an Assassination Rogue, so they're not really playing for the big opener like a sub would. Trying to go for the Shackles, Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue. And it's going to be a hunt down by Demon Bears, getting hit with the Kidney Shot. Sonic Speed trying to make the flagellation burst happen. Going to be a trinket out of the Demon Hunter. I think Sonic Speed is just done for. Just got completely cleaved through. Evasion came out, but it was a little late. Vantage didn't come out fast enough, and adaptation ended up not really doing much for him. Demon Bears metamorphosing kind of next to Ori, but not really on top of Ori. Ori trinketing out of CC by the Demon Hunter with a quick bash, going over the Curian Burst, trying to see if he can get some damage in, flapping in to be able to get maybe a little bit closer over to the Demon Hunter, blasted him with Star Surges. Demon Berries is going to have to play this very, very defensively. And his Thorns does not have a way to purge it, looks like, and I think Ori, even though he locked out Ori, that's still a Star Surge flying at him either way. He might have locked him on Arcane or Nature or something, but the Star Surge is an ability that is both Arcane and Nature. So I think if you get locked out on Arcane, you can still cast Nature abilities and Star Surge. If you get locked out on Nature, you can still cast Arcane abilities and Star Surge. CBZ is going to be able to get the opener onto Ori with a quick fear, sending the pet in. Let's see if Ori can maybe get himself some damage out. It is going to be about a minute before he has like Kyrian set up again. I do wonder why he decided to roll Kyrian. Maybe it's just to try out the burst, or maybe he's just trying out all the different covenants. Or he tried to get some damage into the pet, got himself a little bit of that Eclipse. Thorns are up. The pet is going to take a lot of damage, especially since Ori's focusing it with Star Surges. DN's going to be Fell Lord around the corner, but it's not actually on the pillar itself, so Ori can just walk around it, unless you Mortal Coil him right into it, which I think CBZ is trying to do. Tyrant is up in play, going to get some blast. Ori trying to see if he can run out of the Decimate Bolt to follow with the Hand of Gold Downs. The Tyrant's still able to get a decent amount of casts in there. And actually look like he got to cast through a wall. Gonna be Demon Bolts to follow, but looks like they're not doing the most amount of damage though. Still, Ori is under pressure. Flash cut down for CBZUs. Already catching up on health. The demon surrounding the druid. And this is gonna go for some damage over time on all these pets. Actually, just AoEing these pets. Might not be a bad idea just to focus at least on the main pet, as CBZUs is forced to have to constantly keep healing that thing. Ori without Thorns. Thorns, while not be optimal against the caster, it is super good against a Demonology Warlock, because if their pet is attacking you, I mean, it's just free damage on that pet. Looks like he's trying to take out the demon. Looks like the demon is going to be going down. CBZUs will not have a fast summon on the pet. Got a fear into Ori. Could use this time to actually get himself a full resummon. Not going for the pet summon. I feel like he should have taken that fear and summoned a full Wrathguard. Can Ori interrupt it? Looks like he got a knockback. Ori even kind of ran into a wall there for a second. So CBZ just went for a fear. He actually would have definitely had the pet back up. Trying to get some Dress Stalkers in. This will Cyclone onto CBZ's Ori, just catching up on healing. But as long as the main pet isn't in play, CBZ is missing out on one tankiness because of the bond that Demonology Warlocks get with the pets, where they kind of split off a bit of damage. Soul Link, but also CC interrupts, stuns, as well as a Mortal Strike effect. Ori getting feared into Africa. CBZ is pouring into his own side of the arena, is going to be able to get an opportunity to catch up and get his pet back up and running. Having to pull the pet as soon as it starts to take some damage. Ori has full Celestial Alignment and everything. Did Ori pop Celestial Alignment just for the pet? There's no way, right? There's no way he used it just to see if he can nuke the pet. Obelisk is down as Ori goes in for Rory, interrupting all these pets, trying to, CBZ is trying to go for a Decimated Bolt. Ori looks like he's just going to align aside the Tyrant for a bit. He doesn't want CBZ summoning a real pet, but that Tyrant is going to do a bit of damage. That Felguard is going to do a bit of damage. As long as he can stop CBZ from summoning full Wrathguard, he'll be okay. No silence for Ori, so he's going to have to get creative here. Bash, Roar, Maim, whatever he's got going on in order to be able to interrupt it. And CBZ might just have to go for it. He needs to get that Wrathguard out. He needs to summon him. It looks like Ori just interrupts him with his presence alone. This is why I think CBZ used to just kind of call Ori's bluff. Typhoon being used. What else does Ori have to interrupt it? Bash? Potentially. Interrupt is available now. CBZ is going for a big port as Ori got himself big Curian Burst available. CBZ with a self-heal. Bash to Ori. Bash to CBZ. Trot's going to be fear onto Ori. No trinket. Trying to go for a Wrathguard summon as Ori has full cooldowns available. And CBZ does get himself a fresh new pet. But does he have any cooldowns? He has a Fel Lord he could maybe drop down on top of Ori. Tyrant available in 30 seconds. So maybe he could live for 30 seconds, or he might just have to get aggressive. Let the pet get in there and get out in his face. Start summoning even more demons. Stun into Ori. Gotta be called Dread Circles up and running. As CB just goes in for a Dark Pack just before his pet dies. Just better get the shield up and running as early as he can. Quick roar by Ori on all those pets. Thorns is up. It looks like CB Zeus is dropping down the obelisk. That's gonna be his pet empowered. Attack at Ori faster. But that Thorns means we'll do more damage to that pet. It looks like the Felguard is down again, or rather the Wrathguard. And that's going to be Tyrant available, Fellord available, but CBZ's out here by himself, trying to go for another Fear onto Ori. Does not go for an instant summon of the pet, instead going for the Tyrant play. It's going to be a quick summon for Wrathguard. So wait, he actually did get some pets. Ori is going to be chilling behind the pillar. The Tyrant used to walk at him. The Fel Lord is going to be joining in, but he's nowhere near Ori, as Ori could just kind of run around him. And CBZ is getting blasted out. With Sippy G gonna be up next. Feral Druid joining the fight. Ori with a quick roar. Force the trick out of Sippy. Bash to follow before Sippy could really get all these dots up and running. Another quick cyclone onto Sippy as Ori recovering with those regrowths. And it's going to be Thorns for this balanced Druid. Knocking Sippy back again, just trying to avoid Sippy as best he can. Sippy did go for a Frenzy. Did not combo it together with the Tiger's Lust, so he's going to have some reduction in damage or value of that damage over time. Finally pressing Tiger's Fury, but should have definitely pressed it as he was going for a Frenzy. That would have been a massive bleed. Ori just pop it off full code to Sippy. Unless he pops a defensive here, he might be in trouble. Ori just continued to go for as many instant casts as he can. There is a wall for Sippy as he's embarrassed from just trying to tank up this damage as best he can. Pop Thorns, but Ori doesn't need melees at all. He just blasted it with the power of a Loon itself. Big blast into a silent Sippy. He's going to go for a little bit of a heal. Trying to go for Fleshcraft Ori with no interrupt. This is going to be Fleshcraft reducing the damage that Ori does, as well as making a massive shield happen for 40% of his health. But at this high dampening, 8 minutes, 90% dampening, Sippy goes down to the Star Surges in the end. Blasted through the Fleshcraft. And just kept mowing him down afterwards. My goodness. Ori has a iFox rolling in on him, another class with a pet, stuff Ori, another pet for him just to blow up. And actually, could use Hibernate on the pet if he wants to. It can actually hard to see that pet. And I don't think iFox would be able to do anything about it either. And Ori just tried to avoid iFox as best as he can. Stun, Ori trick inside of it. Ori's actually under quite a lot of pressure. He's going to go for a bash, try to see if he can catch some heals before he can get himself maybe a full cure and burst together with Fury of a Loon. Cyclone on the pet. iFox approaching into the room, leaping in with a harpoon. Ori popping off with a Eclipse, but it is going to get frozen. And iFox setting up all the traps, all the dots. Ori tried to go for Cycler quick clone. That's actually going to be a trinket for iFox, but a quick clone followed afterwards. Ori playing out the PvP talent where Owlkin Frenzy gives him faster cast on Cyclone as well as Entangle Roots. Big Curian burst for Ori. This iFox prepared. Feign death for a second. Ori has a full burst available. Barskin is up. Trying to Star Surge into iFox. iFox is going to go for acceleration. Ori has no health whatsoever. Trying to heal with Barskin up. Needs a lot more healing. Maybe Bear Form Cyclone onto the pet. That's going to be the Hunter joining the fight. So it's going to be Star Surges. Anyone could go down right here. iFox feign death for a second. Ori tried to end him. iFox goes down as Ori does as well. With BRX. Trying to see if he can finish out Chill Pills. Ori with a 1v4 Kyrian Boomy Burst. I feel like that kill on iFox counts because he left him with dots. He left him rotting. Chill Pills getting hit with the bash as his full cooldowns are rolling. Interrupt onto BRX. Is just trying to keep the pressure rolling. BRX with Shackles and Malediction onto Chills. Could go for AMS. Instead goes for a stun. Barks is up for BRX. A Chill Pill sends in the Dragon. Too bad the Dragon doesn't like nothing in PvP. I really think they should buff it. Personally. I think they should buff it. BRX try to see if he can bail the hell away from Chill Pills. And it's going to go for a bit of regrowth behind the pillar. Chill Pills try to get those chains of Ice on him, but BRX just keeps throwing them off, just keeps shifting out of them. Sitting in Bear Form, Thorns are up, Cyclone rolling, trying to see if he can get CCO, and Chill Pills is going to get AMS out of him, so it's a pretty big defensive. With BRX to survive that, he has Incarnation, could make some damage happen here. Sounds like BRX is going to go for a trinket for it. Quick roar onto Chill Pills, try to get a Cyclone rolling, going to be a rip for the DK. Fleshcraft interrupted, Cyclone onto BRX is going to hit Chill Pills with it. Oh my goodness, BRX had to force so many defenses, so many kicks before he could at least separate from Chill Pills. He's literally not letting Chillpills approach him. Big cooldowns coming out for the Frost DK. Finally got himself that Pillar of Frost, looking for the big Obliterate. Storms and Barkskin is up, and this is where Chillpills backs up. Actually chooses to cast his own Flesh Scout just to interrupt BRX with his cast. I think he might just have him, and Chillpills does take him out with an Avalanche in there at the end. Gonna be a full burst out of Skills. Trying to see if he can just one-shot Chillpills. Chillpills got the slow. But Skills got the spin with Chillpills, trying to walk away from him, actually tripping on the Ancient Aftershock as he walks over the ley line set up by the slam of Skills, taught him by the Night Fame, the trembling ground, knocking Chillpills for a second. Stormbolt around the corner. Skills trying to see if he can get around the slow. Going to be a knockdown on Chillpills. Getting those execute procs, which allows him the mobility to stay on the Death Knight through the chain of ice. Chillpills finally able to chain him. And this is going to try to see if he can walk out of those ley lines. He keeps getting stumped by them. The ground keeps tremoring. That's going to be Skills. Get that quick charge. Not a real charge, but an execute charge. And Chillpills is just in that execute range. He can't really come back here unless he gets a big defensive. I think the only way he does it is waits out 20 seconds, maybe gets himself death back. Gonna be Disarm and Chillpills, Stormbolt to follow. Does not have a trinket out of it. Oh my god, Quick Fear onto Skills. Chillpills has a bleed on him, trying to flesh cuff right through it. 51% dampening. Chillpills at least get himself a bit of health. His health bar itself, though, is still in the execute range. He got himself death back finally. Potentially could use death back, trying to see if he can Lichborn first. Might have resort to death back. There it goes. At least he puts his health out of the execute range. That's what he's trying to do. Grippy Hand is available for Chillpills. Trying to see if he might be able to just chop right through Skills. Skills bailing out of there, bowing out completely, has a parry. Skills, if he has some kind of a setup, he could still make something happen. And Chillpills at least finally has his health not necrotic down. Parry up. It's going to be stunner to Skills. No way for him to break out of it. Chillpills just gets a couple good chops and bows out of there. Doesn't want to hit him to the parry. If Chillpills can just maintain that chain of ice spam, he'll be a-okay. Got himself Remorseless Switcher rolling. Skills walking into Remorseless Switcher. Trying to get those big executes. Big nut out of Chillpills, but Chillpills getting that big old blit either way. Trying to recover while he can. 14 minutes into this duel, 56% damper to Chillpills gripping in Chicago just to get himself that big death strike kill, but maybe he gripped in too much that he bargained for. It's going to be a full enhanced of Shaman chasing after him. Ghost will join the fight. Earth Elemental trinkets out of that Necrolord Fear and zapping down Chillpills towards the tail end. There's not much you can do. Ori coming in with a 1v4. Kyrian Boomy. Chillpills trying to claw it back for the team, at least allowing Team Ori to get a chance to play. Blasting through the Druid with a hard-fought battle. Having to manage Skills the best as he can. Utilizing that chain of ice to try to deal with the massive damage that comes out of the Warrior any second he's on you.